Good evening, Arifa madam. Good evening, madam.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, madam.
We'll wait for some time, sir.
Okay, madam, no issue.
Kinds of
Dear participants, welcome for the second session. It is my duty to welcome our second session resource person, Dr. N. Balaji, sir. I am very glad to welcome and introduce our resource person, Dr. N. Balaji, Principal, Velammal Institute of Technology, Chennai, is a distinguished academician and researcher with an impressive career spanning multiple decades in the field of information and communication engineering. He is holding BE in Electronics and Communication Engineering, MA in Computer Science and Engineering, and PhD in Information and Communication Engineering. He has made significant contributions in academic, research, and administration. As a recognized research supervisor at Anna University, Chennai, he has successfully guided 10 PhD scholars to completion, emphasizing his commitment to nurturing future researchers. Sir has held several prestigious academic and administrative positions. Notably, he serves as an adjunct professor at UCSI University, Malaysia, and is actively involved in curriculum development and academic governance as a member of the syllabus subcommittee of Anna University and other academic boards also. His contributions include participation in question setting, paper valuation, and affiliation instruction panels across various reputed institutions in India. With 30 international and 25 national publications, SAR has contributed extensively to scientific literature. He has been invited as a resource person over 120 events, demonstrating his expertise and reputation in the field of engineering. His leadership roles include serving as a chairperson for IEEE international conferences, convener of the Quality Circle for Quality Education, and chief superintendent for Anna University examinations. Recognized for his dynamic involvement, he has received several awards, including the Active Participant Award from Cognizant Technology Solution. His extensive service also includes 53 organized academic events, 49 workshops and seminars, and numerous expert panel memberships. I am very proud to introduce and welcome such a good academician, not merely a reservoir of knowledge, but a beacon of inspiration, guiding generations through the power of education, research, and intellectual curiosity. On behalf of Crescent College of Education and UGC MMTTC Aligarh Muslim University, I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. Now you can take your session, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for this wonderful introduction. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
So, good evening to one and all present here. I really feel immense pleasure to be here on this wonderful occasion of XLB Online Malaviya Mission Teacher Training Program on NEP 2020, organized by a wonderful team. And I really need to thank Dr. Faiza Basi, Program Director, Malaviya Mission Teacher Training Program, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh, and also Professor Dr. S. Mahdum Arifa Madam, Principal of Crescent College of Education for Women, Madurai, Tamil Nadu, for providing this beautiful opportunity to address this August gathering. And I just want to, have a session on this academic leadership. Myself, as introduced, I'm Balaji, Principal of Velammal Institute of Technology. So here, to be an academic leader, it's quite interesting to be an academic leader, and I think everyone will be enjoying being an academic leader, shouldering the responsibility to bring up faculty as well as students of allied community. And basically, when we start, a leader is based when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they'll say we did it ourselves, which means that the leader won't be show off, right? He will be behind the screen who is operating all the functionalities and see that everyone is winning, right? So that is a good quality of a leader. And a great leaders don't tell you what to do. They show you how it's done. Probably they need to be a role model and they have to move forward to make others to follow their path. And being an academic leader, the academic leaders lead institutions by establishing a strategic vision, fostering quality teaching and research, and adapting to the current technological changes to ensure student and faculty success. So it is he must be a great visionary person. Every institution may have a vision statement where they need to follow it, and all the members, those who follow, must be directed towards it so that they achieve the institutional goal. The effective academic leaders empower their faculty and staff to build a strong community, right? And encourage.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, excuse me, sir.
Please, madam.
Sir, kindly
audible?
press F5, sir. Slideshow.
Slide. It's not visible.
Sir, it's visible, but it is not in the slideshow mode.
Fine, fine. Okay. So you will maximize, right? Otherwise, these slides, left slide sides are not required. Right? Maximize mode. Presentation mode. Is a shrink mode only, huh?
Full screen.
Sir, F5.
Fine. I'll do one thing, madam. Probably I'm just conversing a lot, right? Fine. So you just note down the bullet points only, right? I'm going to elaborate it by having notes and other details. You just note it down the bullet alone, right? Okay. Fine. Shall I change the slide now? So getting into detail, probably you can listen to me so that you can understand what I'm really conveying, and these slides will just show the bullets which you can notice in the screen. Whether now it is visible, madam, could you able to see at least the bullet points? So next screen, please. Next screen. Fine. Could you able to view the bullet points?
Yes, sir.
Fine, fine. That's enough, madam. Probably you can listen to me. I'll convey everything, right? Which audible will be, I think, enough. I think so. And here are a few functionalities of an academic leadership. Basically, we talk about the vision and the strategy. The vision is the primary component which every institute need to plan. Say, for example, in our college, we have a vision statement which states about to be a leader in imparting quality technical education, research, and enterprising skills in pursuit of professional excellence. The vision statement basically be a very short statement which really talks about very key points, right? So here the keywords basically talks about imparting quality technical education and research as well as enterprising skills. These are the three primary things where we have it as a pivot point and we swirl around it, right? And in order to achieve these vision, we should have some mission statements, right? Every institution will be having a vision as well as mission statements which really, probe how we are going to achieve this vision. Basically, for example, the mission statement of ours is to promote quality education and technical skills to meet the industrial requirement, right? That's a basic thing where we need to provide a quality education so that student can meet the industrial requirement. The next point is to incorporate teamwork, leadership, and lifelong learning, right? So we need to build a learning community or supporting community, and with the help of the leadership, and probably we need to learn, keep on learning, as because as a teaching faculty and see the teaching fraternity, the things are getting changed every 11th hour. Probably if we talk about technology, it's keep changing every 11th hour. Therefore, in order to keep in pace with the technological growth, we need to update ourselves, right? Therefore, we need to have a team and a supporting team which could able to travel to reach our goal. And the third point is to facilitate career development and higher education assistance, right? So when a student joins in an organization, probably we need to guide them in all aspects. So we need to have a 360-degree holistic development of a student. They should not be academically strong, not only academically strong, but also in all other parameters which need to be focused, right? And the other point is to encourage innovation or innovative ideas for research and development and entrepreneurship for social needs. So they need to encourage research also. The innovative thought must be occur, right? Which basically makes a human being to live better. We believe it's like 7 lakhs engineers are coming out, right? We may belong to various different kinds of institutions. It may be a pharmaceutical institute, or it may be a nursing institution, it may be education institution, it may be university. So whatever it is that we find that there are n number of graduates are coming out, right? And the institution should not be, a production of graduates, or it should produce a knowledgeable persons who can come out with innovative ideas which make the human beings live better. That's the primary, focus we should have being an educational institution. To inculcate ethical responsibility in human values. This is very a primary point we want to insist. And this should be in everyone's mission, right? So they should follow a professional ethics, right? Being an academic leader, I should see that everyone is following the professional ethic, and they should shoulder the responsibility. And also they should value the humans, right? That the human value should be focused when they try to work on educational organizations. And as I said, we have a vision statement, and to achieve the vision, we have mission statements. So these two parameters have to be properly focused and then planned, and the whole institution is going to be drive towards it, right? So we have to focus on it. And for attaining this every mission, we can have some objectives, right? To step down, we should have some objectives to reach the mission, and when reach the mission, probably we can up towards the reaching the vision. This is how we have to move. And the first bullet point again says that we need to focus on vision as well as strategical plan. Every organization basically have a strategic plan for 3 years or 5 years. Probably where we need to be in due course, right? Probably. The India talks about 2030 as well as 2047. So where we want to become very powerful country. Therefore, similarly, an educational institution should have a strategical plan. And these strategical plan basically maybe 3 years or 5 years, as I said. And here, few samples I can give you so that you can understand what the strategic plan should be. It may be to be a top 5 colleges in Tamil Nadu. So we try to plan, as we are in Tamil Nadu, we want to be in the top 5 institutions when they listed the best colleges, right? And your student, probably your average salary of a student may be 6 lakhs per annum. You can plan for your students getting placement for about 3 lakhs per annum. And probably you can aim that average salary should be 6 lakhs per annum for all the students on an average. So that can be your strategic plan. And your institution may become an ISO certified institution. There is a process where everyone tries to follow it, which provides organization. So every process or every input that has a process, and this process flow will be indicated in the flow chart probably. So everything should be properly followed with a proper format, right? Which ISO really supports for the certification. And basically they talk about 9001 2015, which is valid for 3 years. And the recent ISO certification talks about 21001, is to 2018, right? So we can try to have this management system for say like administration, right? These ISO certification can be in the strategic plan so that you have a systematic progress of your institution. And the next point is obtaining NBA for all eligible departments in your organization. May be applicable for few departments, even for hospitals, they're encouraging NBAH, right? And many of the institutions are supposed to get this NBA, which talks about National Board of Accreditation, where they focus on 10 different criteria. When you become strong in those criteria, probably your institution will grow to a greater extent, right? This NBA really ensures quality. And the other strategic plan is basically to get NAC accreditation. So National Assessment and Accreditation Council, which talks about 7 criteria, right? Where everyone aims to get A++ grade so that they can be a show off, and they can be rated in the very good organizations, right? And the other parameter is very important. Many of the colleges try to have it like they can have a strategic plan to become an autonomous institution. These autonomous institutions really be proud to become, and probably they have a lot of liberty to have change in curriculum and so many other parameters which really beneficial to the students. Therefore, every institution can focus to become an autonomous institutions. And the other parameter, important parameter, which really the whole global world focusing on is achieving NIRF, right? The National Institutional Ranking Framework, where we have to be in the band of 100. And many of the placement multinational corporate companies are demanding that your institution must be an NIRF ranking within certain bands so that they can come for placement. So the placement organizations have a categorization of A, B, C, and the A cadre institutions are supposed to be premier institute, and basically they fall under NIRF category. And recently, Tamil Nadu government has also declared that they are going to announce an SIRF scheme, State Institutional Ranking Framework, and they have clearly specified few parameters which we need to focus. And as I said, if you are concentrating in ISO certifications like NBA as well as NAC, naturally your institution will be fall under NIRF also. There is a possibility, right? And you can have a strategic plan to obtain a research grant of rupees 25 crores from various funding agencies, right? The research culture must be inculcated in every organization. So many of them are providing a least importance for research, but it is very, very important for it. This research focus must be there. The research really talks about solving complex societal problems, which really makes a human to live better. Therefore, this research culture must be inside an organization, and it has to be disseminated even to the students. Students also need to be a part of, making this research. Right? They're also supposed to, publish research articles, and faculty members must be encouraged to provide, publish a lot of journal publications, right? So their thought-provoking process have to be focused on design thinking, logical thinking, and critical thinking. So this can be, empowered so that you can get into a lot of agencies for getting funds and doing a lot of projects, right? This can be one of the parameters which included in the strategic plan. To make all the departments such research recognized department, there's a provision where basically few technical universities are providing. So few universities are providing an opportunity to make the department as a research recognized department so that the research supervisors are empowered to have people or research scholars and they can guide them, okay? And assigning a minimum of 25 memoranda of understandings with industries. We need to collaborate with the industries. Ultimately, they are the basic stakeholder for us, right? Industries. So we need to know what is happening in the industry. As I said, every 11th hour technology keeps changing and industries are very quick in adapting all those technologies. And therefore, there is a very big gap we find between the academia and the industry. So it needs to be, bridged. So to bridge the gap, we need to know what's happening in the industry. Therefore, you can have a industry institute partnership cell or say like industry institute interaction cell. We basically call them as triple cell. So these cell can be actively, have communication with all the industries so that they know what technology they are using, and those can be brought in for our students, right? With the way of signing MOU, they can be brought for training, and exchange programs may happen so that they can bridge it, right? And establishing faculty and student exchange programs. So this is one of the major strategic plan, right? Where you can have an exchange program with foreign countries, right? Many of the foreign countries are really interested to exchange their students, and there is an opportunity where our students can also be there and work on it, right? And these are all the things to be included in a strategic plan. So first bullet point really talks about the vision statement, which need to attain the vision. We have mission statements, and you can have some objectives to attain the mission. And you should have a strategic plan for either 3 years or 5 years, right? Down the line, we can do it. And the second bullet probably talks about faculty and student development. And many of the expert members, when they visit for NAC or any other assessment process or inspection process, they used to say to the management that invest on faculty, right? Not on infra in general, right? Though they need to invest on infrastructure, they have to invest more on faculty, right? The faculty are the real pillars of an institution, right? So therefore, the faculty development really plays a vital role. When you have a quality faculty inside an organization, your organization naturally grows, right? And for the student development, we need to do a lot, right? Whichever we focus for a faculty need to be parallelly given to the student. A student must be given an opportunity, and probably they can do much better, right? And the students cannot be underestimated in recent days because they have all the technology in fingertip, right? So they are good in content, they are good in knowledge. They are good in showcasing their talents, right? Therefore, those talents can be tapped to for the benefit of the institution, right? So I can say a few things where the faculty can be developed. As I said, faculty need to upgrade their knowledge periodically to quench the technical thirst of the students. Right? And there may be a lot of possible ways by which faculty can upgrade themselves by attending a lot of faculty development programs across. And they may be domain specific and they can attend, right? And faculty are expected to have, possess strong subject knowledge, right? And this subject knowledge is very, very essential for the faculty. Right? So once we used to say that once the faculty is really having a technical staff, automatically students will be under our control, right? They really obey whatever the faculty say when the faculty is really having some input, right? Every student, when they sit in the classroom, probably expects something beyond the curriculum, which have to be taught by the faculty right, every day, which is an essential thing, right? And a faculty is supposed to have this problem-solving capability. What I'm listing now is basically devised as program outcomes by MBA, but these qualities must be possessed by a faculty so that proper dissemination can happen in the classroom, right? And the problem-solving capability is basically needed for a faculty. When the faculty is capable of solving problems, automatically research progress will happen in the organizations, right? And they should know how to conduct or investigate the root cause of any problem, and they need to solve it, right? In reality, we find that there are common issues which have been solved by our faculty members, right? You can notice that many of the time in the newspapers, probably the common problem or the very big societal issues where they try to bring IIT people to solve issues, right? I can quote many case studies where IIT professors have came down the line to solve many issues, right? And recently you could have heard about that IIT Madras have come out with a project called Hyperloop, where the train travels 1,000 kilometers per hour. Imagine, even if the train travels 450 kilometers per hour, you can reach Madurai in 1 hour from Chennai. So that's a great thing happening because of the innovations and where they collaborate with student as well. In this group, we could find that the good faculty members are there and student as well. They join together to come out with such wonderful ideas, right? And faculty can be empowered, and these faculty, as I said, they can design and develop solutions for many of the complex problems available across, right? And recent days, we could find that there are a lot of modern tools were emerging out, right? And all the faculty members need to have at least a minimal exposure to use those tools to solve many problems. There is an opportunity, right? Therefore, faculty need to be empowered by attending certain programs to know about the tools for usage, right? Fine. And environment and sustainability, as I said, they should be having a concern on environment, right? Faculty should have a concern on environment, and academic leaders should see that the faculty are empowered by having all these qualities, right? And the ethics, as I said earlier, ethics also very, very essential parameter where they should follow the hierarchy of the organization. You may have a organizational chart, right, where you have given clearly who is working under who, and the job description is given to each and every one. So let us try to stick on with that and try to follow the institutional protocols in the proper way so that institution really grows, right? And the faculty, probably they may be individually so good, and probably we find that there is one quality basically required is faculty need to work well when they join as a team, right? The teamwork really is very important, right? The faculty as a team have to coordinate, cooperate in many of the processes where they do well, right? And these culture will be automatically, inculcated by the students also, so that they can also work as a team, right? So faculty need to have a team leadership and a team building quality and working on a team. So basically we require these qualities for a faculty, right? And project and finance. So faculty should be capable of handling projects, right? It may be a consultancy project or it may be a project designed by any of the select agencies. There are n number of agencies really supporting to provide multiple crores. So I came to know that AICT and Department of Science and Technology and TNSCST, and there are so many MSMEs, one of the wonderful organizations which really promotes the research by providing a lot of funds to faculty as well as students, right? So therefore, the faculty must be show keen interest in getting into the research and doing projects, right? And these projects, maybe a student can be, join as a part, and probably they can contribute for this successful completion of these projects, right? And nowadays, we could see that many of the Smart India hackathons are happening across the country in many places where they are showcasing their talents and projecting their projects and winning laurels for the institute, right? So, and there is one parameter which need to know by a faculty is lifelong learning. So there is no end for learning. Probably faculty has to learn a lot, right? They have to learn, keep on learning, keep on updating their knowledge, right? They shouldn't stop, right? One good quality I find in ISA Calcutta, when I was there for a mathematical program, right? I find that a mathematical teacher who is about retirement, probably is, her age is 58, probably solving all the experimental problems given in a book, right? I really surprised to see one lady of 58 years old probably solving all the problems in that age, right? In the verge of retirement, right? She has passion towards solving problems, right? So these are the basic qualities required by a faculty, and student also need to be developed in all these parameters so that they can develop in a better way, right? And the third parameter talks about the promoting quality, right? So promoting quality is very, very important, right? We need to see that the quality is ensured while we are teaching the content to the students, right? And probably this is talks about faculty as well as student development. And I have few areas where I can focus on. Faculty shall be facilitated probably to visit various industries periodically. And there is one possibility where every industry says that they can take up the problem from the industry. Every industry has few issues to be resolved. And being an academic leader, he has to encourage faculty member to visit few industries. If time permits, probably they can go there and they can take up some industrial issues and which can be solved in combination with students. We basically try to attract this consultancy project, right? This can be improved, right? And the other process is, right, faculty shall be deputed to work in a relevant industry for about 6 months. So now the, Anna University and AICT has given an opportunity where the faculty member can even volunteer in an industry, right, to know what's happening in the industry. As I said, the bridging gap between the academy and industry will be very smooth when a faculty is really working over there for a year. And when he comes back, we can call it as a train the trainer. After learning all the technological processes happening in the industry, this faculty can come and train all other faculty members, and probably everyone will be empowered with the knowledge base, right? This is one of the good culture where faculty can be deputed to get into an industry, right? And faculty shall identify, as I said, they can identify problems, right? And faculty development programs can be attended, and faculty can need to be facilitated to take up certification programs online. Probably you can encourage a lot of things. There are a lot of e-resources available across, right? Not like on those days where we take up our degree, nothing is available, even the Google, right? So right now you could find that there are a lot of online certification programs available where the faculty member can be part of it, right? And one good input I can give you is like NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, where the 7 IITs and 1 IISc Bangalore have combined together to provide a lot of audio-video lectures. Right? For every topic, probably we can have nearly about 42 lectures available across. Right? If you take even computer science, they have nearly 500 different courses available, where they can take the course free of cost. It may be lasting for 4 weeks and say like 4 weeks. I don't understand. Fine. Okay, so is it clear that NPTEL really supports? So where they can take up the certification program from the say NPTEL program, and there are a few other support also given like Coursera, right? Coursera is also there. EDX is there. Khan Academy is there. So many platforms are available by which a faculty member can really get trained, right? And I can say that certification also they can take, like it may be Cisco certifications. Cisco certifications probably aligned with computer science. Say, for example, it may be CCNA, CCNP, CCIE. So 3 kind of certification available networks. They can take RSCSA certification, or say like a CompTIA A+ or N+, Oracle Chennai 9G, ethical hacking, information storage and management, Microsoft Azure. Amazon Web Services, right, and Infosys Springboard, IBM certifications. So a lot of opportunities available for faculty to develop themselves, right? So therefore, academic leader should concentrate more on faculty development. Once the faculty are empowered, automatically the institution will grow. And when I say the third bullet point talks about the promoting quality, to improve the quality of an educational institution, focus on continuous improvement, right? So we need to, concentrate on stakeholder involvement, right? When we take any institute, probably the stakeholders or the students or the primary stakeholders and parents, industry people, right? We call them as employers. So try to get feedback from those people, and then we need to work for achieving excellence in every aspect of an educational system, which is basically required to promote the quality. And in education, as I said, an academic leader should understand their needs and expectation and focus on delivering quality education that basically meet the need of the industry, right? And the next point is this includes leadership commitment, right? I talk about leadership commitment. Leaders set the tone for quality and ensure that everyone in the institution is aligned with the goal of continuous improvement, right? Which is basically required, right? And the fourth point is encouraging innovation and adaptability, right? Encouraging innovation as a leader, helping people what they need, right? Innovation basically talks about a novel idea which have to be generated, right? And these novel ideas really have to be generated, and new problem statements can be acquired, and you can provide some solutions for it, right? And adaptability, an academic leader really finds a challenge. As you know that basically they were wrestling with ledgers on those days. And nowadays everything is computerized, and the automation is in full swing. And every faculty member need to work on an ERP software, which has e-governance across the institution, where every parameters gets into a small software where we need to work on it for reporting and other parameters. Therefore, the adaptability is basically needed, right? Okay. And the leaders can make healthy competitions in teams, right, environment for innovations probably. These encouraging innovation, basically, you may have a, say like EDC cell, we call them as Entrepreneurship Development Cell, or Entrepreneurship and Innovation Cell, or Institutional Innovation Council, and you can name it anyway, but you have to see that there are some innovation programs happening across. Unless faculty or students possess a lot of information, then only they can try to compete with this innovations, and this adaptability may automatically comes in, right? And we need to conduct a few internal programs by which we develop our faculty, and we train our faculty members by providing some workshops by which they can adapt to this particular environment, right? And the academic leader should also be cope up with all those things, and he must be empowered with all those knowledge so that he can easily, tame all other people's, right? And this community building, right? The fifth bullet talks about community buildings, very, very basic thing which an academic leadership should have, right? Always we try to have a second head who can support us in our absence, probably, right? And the community building is like like-minded people can join together to work towards the goals of an organization. In general, probably this community building is a part. We can say that the heads of various departments have to be aligned in a single lined way so that they can work for a common goal, right? They have to support the academic leader so that their missions and visions can be obtained, right? And apart from this leadership parameters for empowering technical aspects, there is one process called this community building talks about special interest groups, where say for example, for electronics and communication engineering, we basically find that there are faculty members who are working in different domains. Am I audible? Could you able to follow it? Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so special interest group basically talks about the people have like-minded people have joined together. They've created special interest groups where the members will be faculty as well as students. You can say that for electronics and communication, they are taking, crux of the engineering part, Probably they talk about wireless communication, or they talk about image processing, they talk about computer networks, they talk about consumer electronics, antennas and wave propagation, and they even talk about audio and video analytics. It is maybe embedded and IoT, or it may be a semiconductor technology. So there are various domains available across the stream, and these streams can, I mean, if separately they can have an SIG where they work on these domain alone. This is a very good practice, right? This will create a domain expertise. When I say image processing, I can name few faculty members who are good in that, right? If a student want to do a project in a particular image processing, he can contact those faculty members to get input, right? So those faculty will attend workshops on image processing only. They will be conducting a conference with focus on the theme, say like image processing. Whatever they do, the projects they do will be image processing. The program they attend will be on image processing. Therefore, they try to become a subject expertise. In-depth knowledge will be gained by the faculty community of that particular SIG. Therefore, they provide solutions for complex issues, right? Good. So this is the community building can be good in many aspects, right? One is to support in academic leadership and other parameters. The other one is to provide a good technical support with the help of this SIG, right? So that if any issues, I mean, deliberately set by any industry, probably they think about giving to a particular SIG, they will automatically do it, right? And the sixth bullet basically talks about communication, right? Communication in general, we say that it is not the language, right, in which we are communicating. There are non-verbal communication also, which really makes people to understand what we really meant to say, right? But anyhow, the effective communication, we basically talk about why we want to inculcate the habit of communicating in English is because many of the companies are multinational corporate organizations are working with different countries, right? And your client may be residing somewhere in UK, Germany, Canada, and so on, right? So therefore, there is a necessity where we need to follow the universal communication language, and let us take it as a tool for effective communication. Helps to basically build trust and say like mutual respect between educational leaders and their teams, right? Leaders can create positive relationship with faculty members, students and parents by good communication, right? And as I said in NBA also, in National Board of Accreditation really provide more emphasis on the program outcome number 10, which talks about communication, right? The communication is an essential parameter where the people should know how to express whatever they think, right? So that the other people on the other end need to understand what we really need to say, right? So this communication need to be improved. And being an academic person, probably we try to encourage the faculty members to provide a lot of lectures like this to prominent institutions across. And we also encourage the students to provide the deck presentation at various places. It may be a Smart India hackathon or a techathon. So many things happening across where we want our students to be on stage to, to not to have this hesitation, and the stage fear is probably eradicated when they get into on stage, right? And they need to communicate between all the persons, right? So that they understand what communication really means, right? Fine. And the seventh bullet talks about emotional intelligence, the major parameter where it has to be with an academic leader, right? He should know his community, right? Probably it is expected that academic leaders who are high on emotional intelligence are key to organizational success. When an academic leader is really having an emotional intelligence, right? Probably that should be a major part where his organization will get to succeed. Therefore, academic leaders should have the ability to sense employees' feelings, right, about their work environment, say like to intervene when problem arise, and to manage their own emotions, right? We should know what the problem is. We have to put our shoes to understand what the problem they are facing, right? What their environment is, right? Because we as an academic leader probably grown from the lectureship to assistant professor, associate professor, and so on. We know we have climbed the ladder by different designations, of course, but we know the problem of the lower level, designated people and how they feel when we try to implement certain protocols, certain rules, and other things, right? So therefore, this emotional intelligence is a basic requirement, and we should have the oneness when we work with all the people, right? Then only the leader should step down to their level, and then they need to work with all the people. So This really provides a wonderful support for the development of the institute. And this emotional intelligence basically provides a support in conflict resolution, right? And we know how to empathize and also self-awareness, right? And social emotional learning. And it also talks about relational management, right? Where we try to inspire others. An academic leader should inspire others by his way of movement, way of treatment, right? So everything probably countable, right? Therefore, we need to understand these parameters, right? And we need to understand the emotions and perspective of others, particularly the stakeholders like students, faculty, and the parents. Right? So we need to have the emotional intelligence, and this is one of the major parameters we need to focus on. And the eighth parameter talks about adaptability and flexibility. We have discussed a lot regarding this adaptability, right? Because change is constant and it is inevitable. Leaders must be flexible to succeed. As I said, pointed earlier, right? Technology keeps changing every 11th hour. Probably we need to adapt to it, right? When people talk about Industry 4.0, now it is Industry 6.0 has evolved. They couldn't be able to get into Industry 5.0 because we still not fulfill the Industry 4.0. The Industry 4.0 come out with a lot of technologies, right? Where every student must get into it, right? It may be an arts and science student, or it may be a pharmaceutical students, or maybe an educational students, or a student of a different community. They need to know what technology really means to them, and they can take the course which is basically needed for them, right? And as I said, the Industry 4.0 talks about rapid process automation, right? Where we find that 97% of the industries are now getting automated. Therefore, people should know how things are getting automated and what I can do for automating things, right? Okay, so it talks about the rapid process automation. It talks about 3D printing, right? Recently, we visited Pune, D.Y. Patel International University, Pune, where we could find that there is a laboratory for semiconductor technology, which is costing around 5 crores rupees. So they started building the system on chips, right? You could find that every cell phone is having a system on chip. Every high-end televisions are having a system on chip, right? And every IoT-based content are having system on chips, right? So those technologies, we need to adapt to it, right? And we should know how really those technologies are happening and how it can be, incorporated for our means, right? And people talk about blockchain technology and also augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, extended reality, and so on. And now we are no longer cloud computing is going to be a buzzword for us, right? And everyone now started adopting this Google Drive and so on, where we try to create a repository somewhere and we try to post all our information over there and retrieve wherever possible, right? So therefore, an academic leader should have more knowledge about the technology, where he should make it adaptable for his organizations, right? And as I said, the other Industry 4.0 talks about smart manufacturing, and also it talks about big data. Days have gone where we worked with kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte. Now it has become terabyte, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, yottabyte, and so on, right? So to keep data is becoming very big, right? Big data, we need to handle big data by creating repositories, by creating processes, by creating all the servers. There is a need where we create some infrastructure to adapt all these technological changes, right? As an academic leader, he should know about the technology, and he should know how to adapt all these things, and literally putting into picture, right? Adapt to the environment, right, of his institution, and he has to see, he must be very flexible, right? Quite flexible for adapting all these things, right? Okay, we cannot go by rules many of the times, right? There may be special cases where we need to consider. So the academic leader function is to adapt as well as need to be flexible, right? And point number 9 basically talks about mentoring and coaching, right? Very important parameter of mentoring, right? An academic leader should possess a quality of mentoring. So only many of the organization wants their academic leaders should possess a psychological degree to understand about the people feelings, right? And they should properly mentor their faculty members and students. It basically talks about how we care about them, how we guide them in their career path. So in case of if they face any issues, right, or problems, So we academic leaders should know how to mentor them. And wherever possible, they need to coach, right? They need to coach, they need to train them to understand many other parameters. Right? So this quality is basically required for an academic leader. And role models, as I said, a leader should walk forward so that everyone follows him. And it embodies strong leadership skills, demonstrating values like empathy, integrity, and dedication through actions. And prime thing is the decision making, right? The academic leader should have have a quality of making decisions, right? And he should be served as a positive model for everyone, right? And so these are all the key functionalities of an academic leadership, right? And now let us get into the qualities of an effective academic leader. How the quality of an academic leaders can be built, right? And there are so many parameters we talk about. As I said earlier, we talk about communication, right? Which is essential. I just try to run through because we have already discussed with various parameters of an academic leader. The functionality is really, here we could find some redundancy in the parameters, right? Basically, say, hello? Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so this communication is basically, like when you, as we all belong to an academic institutions, right? We should know how the communication can be made. Even a circular can be misinterpreted according to their favor, right? So when we even release a circular, we need to think in multiple directions to see that we are properly communicating the content to the people, right? So, and the way we talk, the accent we use, like in the college, in the school, probably when a trainer has came over there, and he belongs to a person of Poland, right? And he used the Polish language, therefore his English accent is somewhat different, right? When he gets into a school and probably talking with the school students, as they want to go for an excursion, the trainer has said that we all are going to die. He said he want to say that we all are going today, right? The today is spelled as to die. We all are going to die. So the student understand that they are all going to die and they started crying, right? So see that a small communication, even the say like the all other parameters wherever we try to point, we need to think that it has to be properly communicated. The third person angle we need to think of before releasing any written communication or the oral communication, whatever an academic leader does, must be very careful, right? And he need to follow this integrity, right? So it's very, very essential parameter, and it's very difficult for us, for an academician to do it, right? Integrating all the people and integrating all the resources, right? It's very difficult for an academic leader to do it. Whereas he need to, incorporate those qualities, right? Fine. And the collaboration. Third point basically talks about collaborating with people. We need to collaborate. Individually, we can shine probably, right? So we need to collaborate with many people. For an academic leader, there are a lot of opportunities where they can collaborate with many other communities, right? There are so many communities where academic leader can create an avenue for communicating with them or collaborating with them. I could find that there in Sweden University, probably they said there's a virtual laboratory concept, right? This virtual laboratory concept is I can devise an algorithm which runs on their machines, right? I don't have a costly robot with me, right? I don't have a costly robot with me. So therefore, I try to utilize the robot available in Sweden University. I try to run my program over here and which runs on those machines, and I could be able to see the result. See how the technology is supporting for us to collaborate with the Sweden University. Probably many other universities like James Cook University or National University of Singapore or say like Nanyang Technology Universities. So they are trying to provide more opportunity for us to collaborate with them, right? And you can find that, as I said, the technology, recently I find in a newspaper that an Albanian country, they have appointed a robot to be a minister, right? I think her name is Diella. So Diella is the robot which has become a minister in the country, Albania, and it resolves 36,000 issues very soon, And this robo is basically, incorporated to, say like the corruption is basically reduced because of this minister, okay? And we could see similar things are happening across. And there are a possibility where if any costly equipment is available somewhere, we can basically start collaborating with them to undertake all those possibilities, right? And being an educational institution, we can collaborate with premier institutes, right? Like Kaligar Muslim University. Say like it's a very big university, of course, having a sprawling campus of 467.7 hectares. So unimaginable, right? So we are at a small institution where we can try to collaborate with those universities and utilize those resources available across. I could find that AICT has come out with an idea of creating idea labs in many of the organizations. And AICT is funding about 90 lakhs rupees for every institution. So therefore, they can create many resources. But say like it may be having laser printers, 3D printers, right, and so many other kind of printers, so that it can be used for making a lot of projects, right. So these can be collaborated, right. We can always find a process where I can collaborate with industry, other institutes, right, and other NGO organizations, right, and also tap the government processes, right, where there is a process called UBA, we call it Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, where we can adopt 5 villages and probably can provide service to those people, right, those downtrodden people. You can collaborate with the UBA and probably can do some useful thing for the society. So we, the institution, have to realize the institutional social responsibility as corporate social responsibility. We also have some responsibility to serve for the community. So we need to collaborate it. We try to, set a goal to have collaboration with many people to do much good things for others. And the point number 4, the academic leader qualities talks about self-awareness. He should know his strength, right? Everyone basically does their SWOT analysis, right? Strength, weakness, threat, and opportunities. For everyone, we should know what I should have my self-awareness, right? So what I can do, what is my capability, and what I can do for the good things, right? So we can think about it, and I have to, right? But there are so many ways and means by which I can develop this self-awareness, right? And the credibility. There are so many other parameters we talk about. So I must be a valuable person, right? I must be an asset for an organization. You should think about it. Everyone, when we work on an organization, apart from the designations we really possess, we need to know that I must be credible, right? So I must do something for the organization, right? I must be quite flexible. Dedication is a word we forgot many years ago, many years before, of course, right? The dedicated faculty members nowadays, it's very difficult for us to get, right. On those days, we could find that teachers are highly dedicated. Probably when we try to find out a teacher or even academic leader, actually, this dedication is missing with many people. An academic leader should be highly dedicated, right? So therefore, there are good examples. I could say our Abdul Kalam sir, who is a highly a dedicated person, right? Who is a highly motivator, and he's a very good role model. I can quote one example, right, where our Abdul Kalam sir has went to Coimbatore for matriculation school. I think it is Money Matriculation School, if I'm not wrong. So when he visited those school for a small presentation, his posters were pasted in different places in the school, and the school children are having say like possessing 8th or 9th grade, and when they see the they have their internal communication, like the person seemed to be very older, his skins are shrinked, and I think this guy has not married, I don't know what problem he has. And so many discussions were happening across between the students without realizing who he is. At the time he was a president, right? So when the session is about to start, he was traveling with his convoy. So when the president Abdul Kalam sir reached the school, and when the convoy left him, and when he come to the stage for presentation, he just made a 20 minutes presentation, just 20 minutes presentation. After the presentation gets over and he leave the school with the convoy, and the students start discussing among themselves regarding, I want to become an aeronautical engineering like him. I want to become a scientist like him. I want to be a president like him. I want to be a human being like him. See that kind of quality is basically required, the dedication. In the small presentations, 20 minutes, he has given highly impressive presentation, and which has really changed the life of a student, right? So he is acting as a change agent. Every academic leader is supposed to be a change agent. He has to do a lot, right? When there is an interaction with Abdul Kalam sir, again, when he said that, sir, how do you, when you feel really happy because you have launched many satellites, right? And he said, I'm not much happy in launching many satellites. It's a very easy thing for me. As I'm a degree holder in aeronautical engineering, I know how satellites are being launched. I know the technology, I know the science. I can easily do it. But, when I feel really happy is when I try to see the handicapped children, right? Which with amputated legs, actually. So he tried to fabricate an artificial leg with the composite material, right? When this composite material is found to be lighter in weight, therefore the children could be able to wear it happily, and it is tailor-made, and therefore comfortably they could be able to run. The moment children of physically challenged group could be able to walk fast or run fast. So seeing this, Abdul Kalam really felt very happy. See the humanity in a leadership, right? So this is a kind of a quality. I can say one more incident where when a satellite launching is fail, probably Abdul Kalam sir will take the responsibility. And when the satellite launching is success, probably he try to show, responsibility is taken by someone else beneath him, right? Probably that is the quality of a leader where when success comes, it is shared. And as I said in the first slide, probably he's always a leader who is hit, right? He'll back up with all other members and see that everyone is succeeding with the support of this leader. That's a good quality of a leader. This is an effective leader quality. Of course, Abdul Kalam sir is a wonderful role model and example for us to follow, right? And this dedication is missing nowadays, and I don't know how it can be, trained. And an academic leader should be influential, right? So he must be an influenced person. He must know how to influence in many of the cases, many of the areas. He should do it right. And he should be a creator, right? Academic leader should be a creator, right? We should create the facility that is basically required for the people, right? Well, as I said, he should empathize and see that what is the basic requirement of a student, what is the basic requirement of the faculty, what is the basic requirement of the heads and other people across, even the gardeners, the security people, the transport people, and all other non-teaching staffs. You should see that an academic leader should have focus on many of the people and have to provide beautiful input to them, right? So therefore, they try to have a trust in the leader, and they will do much better. Okay, fine. And an academic leader must have respect over others, right? We basically have we used to say that give respect and take respect. So it's a basic parameter, right? And a leader should know how to respect others. He should not make anyone to stand before him for long hours, right? The moment there is a chance, you could say that after a minute, probably please sit down because I would have forgotten because of some other pressure. Probably you can sit before me and discuss, right? That provide a comfortable zone for the other people who want to respond about a conflict or a problem, right? So he has to respect each and everyone. Even a student should not be hurted, right? So a leader should be highly respectful to everyone, so that automatically he will be get retaliated of those respect in due course, probably, And the 11th parameter says that active listening, right? Which is very important. Many of the times we never allow people to discuss about any disputes or any discussions, right? We try to intervene between and try to provide solutions immediately, right? So we must be an active listener. We must listen to the problems. We must listen to the ideas. We must listen to the discussions which is happening in any of the meetings, probably, and after which probably you can provide your ideas. You share with them, discuss with them, can debate with them. Always you have the right to do it, probably, right? So as I said, it must be collaborative again. So it must be what do you call that, as a collective idea have to be projected, right? So therefore, that active listener is a basic quality which is required by an academic leader, and empathize. As I said, a very primary component of a leader. He should empathize always. He should understand others' problem. If I keep on blabbering something in a session, probably the other side listeners will be bored, right? I should know whether the people are really interested to listen to my session or not. And I should know where I have to cut short, right? Where I should end my session, right? I should know what's happening across. So this empathy is a wonderful quality which have to be developed by an academic leader wherever possible. Probably can do it, right? And the 13th parameter talks about courage of an academic leader. Yes, an academic leader must be courageous, must be authoritative in delivering the content, delivering any information to others, right? Must be authoritative. When he is believing in his decision, it has to be authoritative to deliver to everyone. So the way he converses, the way he delivers information, and the way he takes, always the academic leader have to take a lot of risk, right? So they need to take risk. There's no other go, right? Unless they take a risk, they cannot survive. Probably they should say that in the treadmill, probably, if I switch on the treadmill, I have to run at least to stand in the same place. I have to run to stand in the same place in the treadmill. Similarly, the position of an academic leader is to keep run on toes, to take risk and do things courageously, right? It's a good quality of an academic leader. And constancy and consistency, right? Very, very important parameter for an academic leader. So many things have to be done periodically and regularly, right? Consistently, we have to do it, right? And a quality academic leader will try to do it regularly, right? He used to practice things regularly. It is not that it's happening for a week and no one is there to listen it, right? So therefore, an academic leader should see that all the things are happening periodically and consistently. And it has to be, you have a proper monitoring system, have to be initiated so that it can be put into control. And those things have to be monitored by an academic leader, right? And finally, learning ability. Yes, as I said, lifelong learning. We keep learning things. And I have to learn from maybe this program. Aligarh Muslim University is conducting a beautiful program on it. Probably there are so many, expert members in the list. And these members can also provide a lot of input where I can learn many things, right? Fine. Fine. So those who raise hand, probably I can answer after a few minutes. Probably you can be patient. Please, sir. Krishna Kumar, sir. Please wait for a few moments. I think I'm going to complete very soon, right? And only few slides are remaining. So next slide, please. Whether it moves? Right. Yeah, fine though. What are the challenges faced by academic in leadership, right? Challenges in academic leadership. Academic leader is really a challenging position, and we have a lot of challenges faced every day. Quite interesting to face those challenges. And when we come out with the solutions at the end of the day, we really feel very happy, right? About these challenges, right? Probably seeing the title, probably understand what are the challenges we really have, right? So we are the policy makers, being an academic leader, right? Navigating institutional policies, right? When an institution wants to be properly function, basic thing we have to do is create a lot of policies, right? And see that everyone is aware about these policies, right? The policies have to be posted in all the areas where they try to listen, right? It can be in the booklet format to everyone given to them, or it can be in the website where everyone can refer to it. And we create a lot of institutional policies, right? And we should be very careful in carving these policies, protocols, and rules and regulations we frame. And we have to see that everyone is getting benefited out of the policies, right? That's a primary component of framing these institutional policies, right? And it may be a HR policy, right? It may be a, say, like incentive policies for research, or it may be a, say, like class handling policies, right? We have a lot of policies available across. And those policies need to be properly followed. And I should say in a single word that it should be unbiased. Everyone, when they follow the policy, they should feel that very happily it can be done. This is our policy, and nowhere we cannot violate it, right? Lawmakers should not be lawbreakers. So therefore, we have to see that before framing such institutional policies, it has to be revisited multiple times to see that no glitches available across. And probably if the policies are very good, institution will they will try to follow all those rules and regulations happily, right? If they are clearly communicated to everyone, the academic leadership role is drastically minimized, I surely say, right? And number 2 talks about balancing institutional and academic duties, right? As I said, very difficult. Very difficult is number 2, where we need to balance between institutional and academic duties, right? I have, as I said, institutional level growth is talks about the NBA, NAC, and NIRF, and so on, right? So we have some institutional objectives or goals set, and we need to travel towards it. And apart from that, we have some academic duties to be fulfilled, right? To take care of the faculty members and students, right? Who are all the primary stakeholders, right? So therefore, we need to know, an academic leader should know how to balance between these two and see that both are parallelly getting developed, right? So he has to have such mechanism to monitor all those things, right? And 3 talks about securing and allocating resources. Again, a challenging input we face, right? So we have, an infrastructure where we try to have inventory management, probably which can be included in as a part of enterprise resource planning software, where we try to incorporate one software which take controls over everything, right? All the resource allocation must be properly made, right? Suppose, for example, if you purchase computers across, right? If you purchase a 200 computers, probably you got to think about how to allocate these resources in such a way that those resources are effectively utilized, and see that no resource should be kept idle, right? Resources should not be kept idle. So I could say that this is the possible way where the cloud computing comes into picture. The technology, when my computers were switched off in the evening, we close our institution by 3:15, and all the resources are kept idle. There is a possibility I can have a satellite campus somewhere which is functioning in the evening. I can tap all the CPUs available across. I can pool it, right? The only thing is all those machines should be in a switch on condition. That's enough, right? I try to connect all the CPUs, and I can use those CPUs from the satellite campus, where I can have only the interface to connect between these machines, and I can have a monitor and keyboard. That's enough, right? With minimal resource, I can get connected to this repository, right? I can access this server repository or machine repository. I can utilize those machines for operations, right? So not only allocating the resource, we have to see that those resources should not be kept idle. Being a leader, I should see that all the resources are kept idle, and the load balancing is very, very difficult for us. And we should see that it is properly balanced and secured, right? Right? All the resources must be properly secured. And many of the organizations are having nearly about, they are insisting to have cameras, right? Probably I'd happily say that we have 364 cameras across, and probably I can take the cameras from my mobile, even in the midnight, right? When I want to monitor the hostel, I try to take the applications, right? HK Vision is a small app available in my mobile. I just click on to see that what's happening in the hostel, right? So therefore, I need to secure all the environment by having cameras, by security guards, and all other features. Not only say like these resources should not get affected even by say like thunder, right? We should have lightning arresters. We should talk the structural health of the building also. Those structural building have to be protected by providing all the say like possible provisionings, right? So excuse me, just a minute. I don't have the key. Just a minute. Yes, it's here. Okay, sorry for the small inconvenience, right? So therefore, we need to secure the resources, right? And securing resources, probably talk about even the infra, right? As I said, you should have a proper lightning arrestor. Proper earth bed should be allocated in various places. Unless it is installed, probably you cannot ensure the proper electricity line passing through, right? Therefore, we have to secure those areas, right? And everything needs to be taken care. I could say even the RO plant, or say like a generator, or say like some lift operations, everything, all the resources must be in functions, right? We have to put an annual maintenance contract, ANC, for all those resources, and see that they're highly secure and safe in place and also properly utilized. So point number 4 talks about ensuring institutional accountability and compliance, right? So we have to ensure, as an academic leader, we have to ensure the institutional accountability. Everything is accountable, right? Probably we need to have this compliance, right? And the 5th point talks about managing change and innovation. As I said, so many changes may come across. We need to manage all those changes. Changes are really invited, right? It's really a happy moment that when a change happens, right? We also get elevated to different level, that change is acceptable, right? Acceptable is very happy. Similarly, all the changes can be manageable by an academic leader, and innovation should happen across. And point number 6 talks about addressing diverse stakeholders' needs, right? We have diverse stakeholders. As I said, student may have a different requirement, staff and faculty may have a different requirement, employees, like I could find a lot of difficulty when I try to manage the placement segment, because my students are getting placed in different organizations like Tata Consulting Services, Cognizant Technology Solutions, Accenture, Inautics, right, Microsoft, and so many other organizations, and every organizations are working in different domains, right? I don't know how to train my student so that they can be put into a segment, It's very difficult for me to have a common training platform for everyone so that they can get adapted into an industry. But because industry have really focused on certain domains, right? So therefore, we need to know how to address this diverse stakeholders. And now there is a culture has come into picture. Probably I could say a good example in Tyagaraja College of Engineering, where the TVS company has adopted 25 students, right? Despite of the department, right? Across multiple departments, they have taken 25 students, and those 25 students' curriculum is framed by TVS, delivery is given by TVS, industrial visit taken by TVS, and even fees payment is taken care by TVS. And also they assure placement. Once they got placement, they can be happily with them for about 5 years. If they're not willing to, move out and they want to break the session, probably there is a provision available. To see the culture where they want, the stakeholder basically think about training the students, not to train the students in the industry, but during the course itself. So all the 4 years is meant for TVS, right? So this culture is slowly building up. It's one parameter. And then one more parameter, I could say that TCS have come out with a curriculum for a separate course called Computer Science and Business System, where TCS like to have technical leaders and project leaders. So this leadership skill is missing in engineers. Therefore, they have started coining a syllabus called as Computer System and Business System. These BE courses talks about 60% engineering and 40% management subjects, right? They may have principles of management, personal management, marketing management, financial management, and so on. So they try to provide input on how to become a leader, how to act as a leader, and all the leader parameters have been incorporated so that an academic leader should know how these things can be tapped and then utilized for our students' beneficiaries, right? Okay, fine. Point number 7 talks about promoting and sustaining faculty development. See that your faculty need to grow along with you, right? Faculty have to be embraced in many of the cases, right? They have to be appreciated, right? So that they are the sacrifices, right? And we need to promote properly. As I said, we may have a HR policy where it can clearly devise when they will get their promotion and how the increment scheme will be and a lot of incentive schemes. So all those policies are quite transparent to everyone, and probably they can be promoted periodically so that they will be stick on to us. Retention of faculty is a very basic parameter for every institution. It's a very big challenge for an academic leader. So we want the faculty member who is recruited once have to travel with us for about 15 to 20 years. I could see many people who is working for 20 years in the same organization. We surprised to see those guys, right? I could see one guy, one of my classmate is working in TCS for about 25 years, right? Surprisingly, I said, why you are sticking on to a single institution? Why can't you jump to other institution where you can get good perks and incentives and fringe benefits, right? He said simply that I know how to live with 7,000 as my monthly pay or 7 lakhs as my monthly pay, right? I know how to balance between these, right? It's quite a big challenge for us to retain the faculty. So therefore, promoting and sustaining faculty development is a very important parameter academic leaders should focus on. So we should have a very good policy which really attracts people to retain in a single institution forever. So next slide, please. Can we move? Oh. I think we are at the verge, right? 10 minutes more, please. Yeah, good. There's a digital impact on academic leadership, right? So digitalization is happening across as we need to adaptable. As I said, academic leaders should adapt to it, flexible with all other contents, okay? Enhanced data-driven decision making. Yeah, so on those days, we don't find any data with us. As I said, Now with the data are bombarded to us, right? We try to collect all the databases, and the databases are they are visualized in a different way, right? The dashboard really providing a lot of opportunities where it provides the content in bar chart, pie chart, skeleton chart, and so on, so that I can take an inference specifically from this data, and this data basically drives us to take a decision. Like you can clearly understand this data-driven decision making is the basic concept of machine learning, right? This is nothing but the machine learning where the databases are driving the machine to do the process, right? You could take a doctor who is a robot. Probably when I try to feed all the input of a patient, right? His temperature, his pressure, right? Say like his EMG, ECG, EEG. All the databases are given to a robot, which tries to takes all the symptoms given by the people, and then it properly diagnoses and say that this is the problem or this is the disease, and it tries to take from the history or from the databases about the client databases which he really possesses, it tries to provide a solution for it. So therefore, when a machine can take a decision based on data, it's very easy for a machine creator, that is an academic leader, can naturally take a decision, wonderful decision, and a prompt decision based on the data. So data basically drives us to take the decision. There are a lot of possibilities where they try to secure this data at many places, right? Correct? We try to find a lot of data centers available across where they try to put the entire databases in those repositories and try to retrieve with the help of a lot of algorithms are available across, right? So therefore, we need to have an enhanced data-driven decision-making process. I could find that a lot of support we take from artificial intelligence. Now, 5 years before, we talk about smart things, right? When we talk about phone, they call it a smartphone. When we talk about our kid, it is smart kid, right? When television, smart television, home, smart home. So everything becomes smart on those days. Now, all are become, the prefix added is AI. All are AI based, right? Even the cloud is now, talk about edge AI, agentic AI, generic AI. So all are now talking about artificial intelligence. There is one application which is really fruitful for any academician, probably talks about Adam AI, Adam.ai. Probably you can Google through and see that how this Adam AI really creates an impact for an academic leader. It provides a lot of support, right? So data-driven decision making will be very prompt. Of course, we can believe in that because the data has been given to us, right? And digital communication tools. There are n number of digital communication tools are available across, right? I could list a lot of tools available right now. I think people are really managing with a process called LMS, right? Learning management system. Every organization is having an LMS of their own. You can develop your own LMS. Probably there are so many other cases where we can talk about MOOC, MOOC, massive open online courses, which really provides information about say like a professor is handling classes, all those complete, they will try to shoot it, right, and then provide to you. We are really gifted to, listen to IIT professors handling classes for the students, right? Those input we really, we try to digest it so that we can use it, right? So many digital communication tools are coming into picture, right? Say like, it may be like, I could say, it may be a WhatsApp, right, which is really helpful for us to instant messaging, right? Instagram we can talk about, right? And even the SMS and mailing systems. So a lot of communication tools have improved. I think the postal system is drastically died in urban areas, right? It may be dwelling in rural areas, whereas totally it was not there in urban areas where we started using all the digitized tools available across, right? Mobile really replaces many of the things, and we try to communicate very fast, right? The communication, when we talk about 5G and 6G technologies, right? Chinese talks about 10G technology, right? Unimaginable growth of China. We're still competing with them in technology, right? We're still lagging behind, right? Probably we let us try to adapt to these digital communication tools to make wonderful things, right? Online learning and teaching platforms, right? As I said, LMS, right? One of the good example where LMS is basically used as an online learning process, right? We can submit assignments, and you can submit your academic test papers, which can be evaluated online. So probably you can listen to it very easily, right? And as I said, Moodle is one of the beautiful platform available across, right, for an engineering community. They can use it, as I said, MOOC, right? And say like it may be Kahoot, right? Kahoot is one of the, the mobile application which can use for quizzing. So many applications are emerging across, right? So we talk, as I said, we are talking about a lot of AI tools, right? Which may talks about like DeepSeek, Copilot, and select Meta AI, and many of the AI tools are coming into picture, which can be used for better operations, right? Now the academic leadership has become very easier by these kind of digitization tools available across, right? We can play with it and we can do wonders, right? Advanced administrative systems, right? We can get into a lot of advanced administrative systems. These systems often referred to as academic management system. They talk about AMS, right? They talk about AMS, Student Information System, or SIS, and this aims to improve the efficiency, accuracy, communication by centralizing data and providing attainable insights for better decision making. That's a very big process, right? Advanced administrative system basically support us to take quick decisions, right? That's a big advantage, right? AI and automation, as I said, AI has ruling now, probably, right? AI has and so many other operations are happening in AI. And as I said, 97% of the industry is getting automated. Things are getting automated. Every manufacturing process has become very smart, right? All the importer machines are working very perfectly, right? We need just a supervisor to take care of it. That's it, right? And cyber security and data privacy. Yeah, so it's an area where it provides a lot of employability opportunities, right? Please do focus on this segment, right, where people have started providing this cyber security course, and also government has stepped into it and see that every police station is having a cyber security police officer, right? So therefore the cyber frauds have really swallowed 47,000 crores across the year. In a single year they have swallowed 47,000 crores. This is data given by cyber security officers, right? Therefore this is one of the area where academic leader should take care and see that their resources are not get affected because of it. Probably they can think about creating a hardware firewall or a software firewall and antivirus systems and so on, so that those resources are protected. So we are much worried about phishing, right, masquerading, eavesdropping, and so many other cyber frauds. As every day coming in, they call it as digital arrest, and many other things that every day comes into picture, where we need to create, as a leader, we need to create awareness among our stakeholders to keep aloof from these, dangerous things, and they have to secure themselves, right? And the other segment talks about innovative research and collaboration. So best practice, of course, right? We have to innovate a lot, right? And there are a lot of opportunities available to get into research, right? There are organizations which are really supporting us, right? And I should say that the NIRF ranking really having many other parameters like Kapila. The Kapila scheme really provides an opportunity to submit your IPR, intellectual property rights. So you can file a patent and you can get the reimbursed from Kapila schemes, right? Kapila is there, and so many other processes are there in the academic process. I think Anna University is basically having a separate cell called Center for Research, which really provides a lot of support in promoting the research, right? And there are a lot of plagiarism softwares where coming like Turnitin or say like a lot of other tools are also in the market, right? Which really eliminates these plagiarism. There is no provisioning for copying things, right? And now there is an AI tool which AI is going to be incorporated in examining the journal paper, and it tries to go through the content and see that it is not copied, right? So it because the machine are really very powerful, and probably it tries to understand, and it can compare it with all the journals available across and see that no plagiarism is available. There may be a self-plagiarism which can be permitted to a percentage of 20%, right? Not more than that. Therefore, this innovation need to happen across the organizations, which really makes the human being to live better, as well as we provide a lot of solutions for the community. Do understand, it is not that educated people are providing support. we can see there is a Jan cell available across, which really have people who have learned third standard or fifth standard or eighth standard. Those people are providing solutions for basic things, right? How to peel off the cardamom and how to climb the coconut tree. So they try to come up with a lot of innovations. Even the drone technology is used by the basic farmers, right? Who have studied only third standard. He's now using his cell phones to control the motors operation, the sprinklers, and everything is controlled by him. He's good enough to operate drones, of course, right? IoT technology used by the basic peasants or agriculturists, right? Fine. So please, next slide. I think I have done, of course, right? And fine. Of course, I'm on time probably to conclude. The dynamic leadership is very crucial for the success of any educational institution. Effective leadership involves setting a clear vision. As I said, a clear vision and fostering collaboration and adapting to the change is basic requirement. And the progressive leader in educational institution here have the responsibility to provide the best learning experience for the students and prepare them for the future. Next slide, please. So leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. As I said, we have to have a seconds who can operate in our absence, as well as we need to create more leaders, which is basic requirement. And I really thank all the people of this wonderful organizations and this very big Aligarh Muslim University and the Crescent College of Education for Women for providing a beautiful support for me to address this August gathering. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Participants, if you have any queries, you can ask Dr. Balaji, sir.
Question
You have doubt or queries?
Hello. Hello. Shall I ask a question, sir?
Please continue. You're always welcome to reach out to me in my mobile phone. I think they can share my cell phone number. Basically, you can contact me for any clarification. We are ready to support you always. We are ready to collaborate with you again. Thanks for your patient listening, of course, right?
Hello.
Yes, please, ma'am. Please continue.
Sir, what is it like nowadays the technological people, that is the software industries, are running away from that industry and they are going down to green environment. That is, I mean to say, they just want to put their hands into the mud and have the mud therapy, and they are unschooling their children. So what do you think about that, sir?
Madam, basically, when we talk about software industry, every industry have their own protocols. Like every 6 months, who is working as an employee in software industry has to upgrade himself to technology. Unless he couldn't be able to adapt, they are exploring out, right? That is the problem where they are moving out. Recently, we find that these days expelled 1,000 employees because of non-performance. So therefore, we need to see that we have to upgrade our knowledge, and the fittest can survive ever in the industry. Depends upon their requirement. And few people are get saturated by because they are taking an on-site program, and after 5 years, after learning, they want to be very leisurely, spend their life. They can try to settle with their own business. So that's their plan, of course. But industries always provide an opportunity for them to grow with them because they try to have more number of branches across, right? Opportunities are more. Fittest can survive. They need to upgrade themselves.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Your session was wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for your kind words. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We invite J. Manogari, Assistant Professor of Physical Science, to propose vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege to deliver vote of thanks on behalf of Crescent College of Education for Women, Madurai, for what has been a truly enriching and inspiring session called Academic Leadership. First and foremost, my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed resource person, Dr. N. Balaji, for sharing his expertise on the vital topic academic leadership. Sir, your insights into the qualities, challenges, and responsibilities that define effective leadership in academia have given us a new lens through which to view our roles as educators, administrators, and lifelong learners in the field of education. Sir, you have well said about who is leader, who is academic leader, and the key functions of academic leadership. You have clearly highlighted that academic leadership is not merely about holding a position, but about vision, integrity, collaboration, and the courage to innovate and manage. Your words reminded us that strong leadership in education can empower not just institutions, but entire communities of learners and thinkers. Sir, the words about ISO certification, NBA, SIR, digital impacts, and digital communication tools are highly inspiring and highly useful for the stakeholders of this emerging Indian society. We are especially grateful for the practical strategies, examples, and experiences you share, rooted in experience that we can take back and apply in our own environments. Your talk has sparked thoughtful reflection and will undoubtedly influence the way we lead and support our students around us. I hope the key functions of academic leadership are really mind-blowing keys for us. And your views about effective academic leader and the qualities of effective academic leader are thought-provoking. Thank you once again for your time, your clarity, and your passion for shaping the future of education through leadership. I would also to thank all the participants for their active participation and the organizing team for making this event a success. Let us march forward with renewed purpose and leadership by overcoming the challenges in academic leadership. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Participants, let us all join tomorrow for the second session, second day. We have completed what days successfully. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, sir. Balaji, sir. Thank you very much for your
Thank you, madam.
experience.
Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you. So kind of you. Shall I leave, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes.